Attention listeners, for anyone interested in trying products from today's guest, please visit their website and use code SuppTalk30, the number 30, to receive 30% off any of your purchases. Thank you so much, and on to the show. Hello everyone. As always, thank you for tuning in to another episode of SuppTalk Radio. This will be our 5th episode in a row, and as always, they keep getting better and better. My guest is a national-level fitness competitor who sat down with one of his friends a few years ago wanting to launch a supplement line that is safe and also redefine quality and excellence. Fast forward now, and the dream has been realized. Allow me to introduce Adam Lamb, co-founder of SizeSlim. Adam, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sean. Thanks for having me on the show. Glad to be part of it, and hopefully I can provide some value and insight to your listeners.
Oh, Adam, my pleasure. I'm good friends with Dan Fry, who I know is, I guess, an employee or an ambassador for you folks. Nothing but great things come from him.
Great guy. Good.
Yeah,
we love Dan. He's awesome. He's one of those guys that goes above and beyond to ask to grow the brand and does a great job. And I appreciate the introduction to you as well. Obviously, it's led us here to do the show.
Awesome. So give me a little background onto you. We know obviously you're a fitness competitor, but maybe what led you up to competing?
Yeah, so I've always really been into fitness and working out all the way from high school on. And one day I decided to get into bodybuilding competitions, and that was about 10 years ago. And I got into that, did that for a little while. I was actually a muscle tech athlete for a little bit. My wife, she got into it with me. She's actually an IFBB bikini pro. Neither one of us compete anymore. Just life has kind of gotten in the way, and from a priority standpoint, those things had to go aside. So I've always been involved in it. I also have a men's health clinic. I started. That was something that was started because of being in the fitness industry. So we work with a lot of men and women too, but mostly men, hormone replacement therapy and things like that. And so that got me kind of started from a business standpoint in the industry. And then I've always had a passion for supplements. And to be honest with you, as I got older, my appetite for supplements changed, where a lot of the way things are moving, a little more hardcore, a little new things. It scared me a little bit. And so I didn't really take supplements for a long time. After kind of the earlier muscle tech era, let's say 2009-ish. And so then I met my partner, Matt Collins, who's a co-founder of SizeSlim, and we talked about, creating a supplement line that was for guys, like us, is what we thought. Guys in their mid to late 30s that don't want to put some of the different things out. There's a lot of scary stuff out there. It makes you, the jitters or heart stuff.
Certainly.
And that wasn't what I wanted. But I did want something that's going to give me a little energy, better workout. We're getting older. My body takes harder. It's harder to recover from training and things like that. And I also thought, weight loss being a big segment, that was the first place we went to. But a lot of the, weight loss products out there, I actually had a conversation with my mom in the beginning, and I said, Mom, would you take any of these weight loss products? And she was like, no. And, and the examples are maybe like Shreds or something that says like fat incinerator. It just sounds scary to what I would consider like the mainstream market. And so we had the brand SizeSlim already, and so we came out with a weight loss product, and then we wanted to dive into the sports nutrition and kind of change it up a little bit. And we had a few different formulations, and where we've kind of landed today is we have a pre-workout that's lower in stimulants but effective dosing from performance, and a recovery product that is it's effective for help recovery, branched-chain amino acids, glutamine, HICA, things like that. And they're naturally flavored, naturally sweetened, no artificial dyes or colors, which is important to me because I don't consume those things. And I know it's important to a lot of people. And I personally believe that it'll be the standard, maybe fast forward 2 years from now, where I think things like sucralose and some of those other artificial sweeteners will be moving their way out of the market, and they've already started to. So we wanted to create a product that was good, effective, tastes great from that standpoint, but more natural, along with our weight loss support product, which is, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's made from primarily natural ingredients and vitamins and minerals that helps promote weight loss without something that makes you sweat and think you're going to have a heart attack and anything scary that some others might avoid, be scared to get into a weight loss product because of some of those past experiences maybe they had.
And Adam, where did the name SizeSlim come from?
That's a great question. So Matt actually found that prior to him and I meeting, he found that name SizeSlim available, the domain. So he bought it, and he was going to he didn't know anything about supplements, but he wanted to kind of start a side gig, so to speak. And he was doing Garcinia Cambogia. He did a run, and it wasn't really going well, and that's when him and I met. And I said, man, the name is awesome. There's a lot of stuff we can do with SizeSlim. It resonates internationally. And so that's where we kind of collaborated, and we trademarked it. We obviously own the domain. We also own multiple domains in different countries for it too. And that's where that came from. Matt kind of looked it up in GoDaddy, I think, and secured it. And so now it's ours, and we've gone through the trademark process too. So we have trademarked SizeSlim in the supplement, health, wellness, fitness space.
And I don't know if it came up when we were talking just a few minutes ago. How long has the company been in business?
So Matt and I met in 2014. We launched our initial weight loss product, which was called Burner Energy. It's the same formulation that we have today with our weight loss support product. And we launched that right around the end of December of 14. And then in 15, we brought out a pre-workout and a recovery, and kind of just played around with different flavors and things like that. So we really launched at the beginning of 2015. What we've done is, two guys that don't really know a ton about the industry as far as bringing supplements to market and things like that.
Sure.
So we did a lot of testing and learning, and we did some things, that we look back at and say, why did we make that decision? But I think like any good entrepreneur or someone starting a company does the same thing. And what we kind of got back to is our core values of making safe, affordable, effective supplements for guys like us and girls, same thing. Anybody in our kind of demographic, so to speak. And so that we just relaunched our new line with the beginning of this year, beginning of 2017, with the new pre-workout recovery. We changed the weight loss support from Burner Energy to weight loss support. I think we did some market kind of research and found that it's just very simple. If the bottle says weight loss support, pre-workout, recovery, it allows people to really understand what it is, especially our demographic that we're going after isn't necessarily the most educated in this space. So we wanted to lay that level of comfort right off the bat with labeling and making it really easy for the consumer to take a look at it and realize if it was for them or not for them just based on the name. And so we kind of, like I said, to answer your question, I guess I'm sorry, rebranded it though and kind of relaunched it here in 2017. But this has been a process we started in 2014 and then have been grinding away, doing it ever since.
And it's like the old adage says, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up, rub yourself off and keep going. And obviously, like you said, it's trial and error, and you guys are off to the races. Yeah,
and we want, thinking, I have this mindset. It's called it's from a book actually I read called the Blue Ocean Theory, and it means create the market. It's going to be harder. It's not going to go as fast, as opposed to being in the red ocean, which is kind of that bloody ocean. Everybody's competing. You're going after, it's price gouging. Everything's the same thing, and so we could have gone that route where we're, kind of running the gray area with ingredients and that kind of stuff to have the most hardcore, which is popular for what we knew. But we also realized there's a great opportunity outside that, and it's also who we are as individuals of the company. And that's where we kind of got back, like I said, our core values, our basics. For someone like myself who doesn't consume sucralose, I wouldn't let my kids do it. I'm not going to make a product that does that. And so we spent a ton of time on R&D, which is about half of 2016, to get some of the flavor systems and things like that right. with a fantastic manufacturer that we work with out of Utah to get everything to our standards, not necessarily the industry standards. And I do believe our standards are a bit higher than most industry standards. And we want our customer base to know that, so that when they're buying our product, that they're getting something that's made in GMP certified manufacturer. It's NSF. It has all the bells and whistles from a certification. They know they're getting quality flavor, and they know that we say is in the product is in the product, because I know that that's kind of something in the buzz in the industry where that transparency isn't always available. So we want to. We're kind of, Matt's always said that we're the good guys in the industry, and I like that. I think that kind of sums up the story of who we are, at least the guys behind it, and what our products do.
Gotcha. And I think it's important. Not a lot of people realize a lot of times they see the word GMP on a bottle, but some people don't really understand the difference between a CGMP and a GMP facility. Where GMP is basically, and Adam, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but GMP is basically they're following practices and adhering to them. But the CGMP is certified, where an outside body comes in and actually audits them for these processes. So for people that are listening, if you see the CGMP, know that they are really adhering, where sometimes the GMP they're following, but they're not being audited.
That's correct. So it's kind of like saying that we follow the guidelines, which really isn't being looked at, right? As opposed to having that the CGMP certification, meaning that's been checked out. And so, we've gone so far as we have the NSF certification, NSF Sport, Health Canada. We have certain things will be certified organic coming here to the latter part of 2017. We're even halal certified. We're working on a expansion into some Middle East countries and in South Asian countries, which is important to them. And it's a great opportunity, great market for us. And so we're doing everything we can to make a product for the consumer that meets our standards as the owners and the brand that we stand behind, to deliver a great, safe, effective product to the end user. So I appreciate you pointing that out to help educate your listeners. It's important to understand that, what you're putting in your body and where it comes from.
Now, Adam, we'll dive into the products here in a moment, but will you, by now going internationally or Health Canada, will you need to reformulate, or is everything that you have under, I guess, U.S. ingredient based, will that be easily transferable, or do you have to reformulate somewhat?
Yeah, I wish the answer was yes to that. It's not always. It just depends. For the most part, we create product that is pretty easy to work with other countries internationally, but you have to imagine how many countries are out there, how many different rules. For example, we are, it's funny, but we're pretty popular in Chile. Matt,
really?
Matt, my partner, his wife is from Chile, and he spent a lot of time down there. And through relationship, we met with a sports distributor down there. They picked the brand up. We're in over 400 pharmacies down there, and do real well. But we had to do custom formulation. We have our labels are in Spanish, and so the product that's there is actually a little bit different than the products that are here. And so we have to do that in some cases. Some places don't care, and when I say don't care, their list of things is not. They're not as concerned about what's in here if it's good here in America, and we have proper manufacturing processes. But for example, we're looking to be in Canada in the next few months pretty heavily, and we have to register the products with get the NPN on there, which is the certification. We have to have bilingual labels. So a lot of that stuff, from maybe somebody who's listening that may be thinking about starting a supplement company, and I wish someone would have told me a lot of the stuff when I started, because we're learning as we go. But there's a lot of hurdles. If you're willing to do the work, though, the opportunities is massive. But there's definitely those things. And you always have to pay attention to FDA guidelines and regulations as far as what they're working on. We don't have so our products. We make sure I keep this on my computer, the high risk supplement list, which will tell you if something's kind of getting in the yellow as far as like a risk, there's becoming attention to it. And we don't even look in that direction for ingredients we would put in our product. Back to like that safe, clean, transparent product. I would rather stay there. The quote unquote hardcore guy that wants something that's in the gray area, SizeSlim's probably not for you. I think you can still find the benefits that you're looking for in SizeSlim.
Sure.
But we want to keep the ingredients real clean and just for your average consumer that is conscious of their health, if you're an NCAA athlete, things like that, to not have to worry about anything on the negative side through taking clean products that help them perform or train better. You know what I mean? So we keep all those things in mind with everything we do. But to go back to your question, international, it varies country to country. So every country that we approach, some countries just want to see our certificate of authenticity, which is actually something we'll be doing that's different than most companies. We'll be providing certificate of authenticity on our website for our customers to go and see that what we say is in our product is in our product. And because we do have to do that for international customers, we provide them that, the CGMP certification, all those things. And some countries require just a 2-hour registration for 2-year registration for some countries. Some take 3 months. Some they're ready to go as soon as you register them, and no changes are needed. So that to answer your question, it varies dramatically. It just depends country by country, and sometimes we go after the easier ones as opposed to the harder ones, or do them both at the same time, knowing a place like Iran, for example, can take up to 2 years to get your products in there the right way.
Wow.
Which is the way we like to do everything. So, you start the process now, and 2019, hopefully we'll be in there. It sounds funny, but you learn all this stuff as you go along. But here in America, product sales are great. We're doing well, and like I said, our ingredients here are, for the most part, are pretty baseline for here and most of the places we're looking to move into internationally.
So aside from learning the business standpoint, the sales, and then on top of, I'm sure you're doing or assisting with formulation, and now you're also learning a little bit of the legal or becoming a little bit of a lawyer as well with all the international legalities and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. What's great is having good people. We've been very lucky to have some good people that we work with through international brokers. We have an attorney we work with here stateside who he's a claims attorney, so he actually does a lot of stuff for bodybuilding.com. So someone like that reviews our labels, reviews the things we say about our supplements to make sure we're in line according to FDA regulations and stuff like that. We do that extra work, where some people might not, some people might skip that. I was actually visiting a supplement company or a supplement store that's picking up our brand the other day, and I was looking he was on the phone, and I was looking at just some stuff on the shelf, and I was thinking, man, some of these labels, they're not legitimate. They're not how they're supposed to be. They don't have certain things on there. And it makes me go back to that time when you make a decision of, do I pay this attorney to do this, or do I just kind of hope to slide it under the rug? And I'm just, you look back at it, I'm just so glad we've never slid anything under the rug. You know what I mean? Because it can come back and cost you a lot more money than it would have cost to do it the right way. And
exactly. Be safe up front and not worry about it later.
Yeah, I think that the slow grow, doing it the right way. I have a saying in our company: anyone that works with us or for us will know that we do things the right way, not the easy way. And if the right way is the hard way, that's the way we do it. And I think that our customers appreciate that. I think that the stores and vendors and the third parties that we do business with appreciate that. And I think it's very important from a core value of a company to have something like that.
Yes. Let's jump into some of the products here, Adam. Again, the one thing I know that's very popular in my mind and others is if I look at everything correctly, your full disclosure labels. Yes.
We do have a proprietary blend in our weight loss support product. We're going to switch that, but it's kind of like when you come out with something that really works and no one else really knows exactly how to do it, because like our weight loss support product, on average, we've had people on average not changing any gym. People that don't even go to the gym, people that are not changing their diet, lose anywhere from 5 to 8 pounds. And I think, if I ask the average consumer that wants to lose some weight, are you cool losing 5 to 8 pounds in 30 days and taking a product that's healthy, things like that? Yes. So we kind of originally were very protecting of that. A lot of times a proprietary blend, I think, has got a bad name because people would put what they call dusting of key ingredients in there, but maybe going heavier on the stuff that's a little less expensive. And that's where that kind of got that bad name. For us, it was a matter of we didn't really want anyone to take our layout, even though we do share that kind of behind the scenes with larger customers, larger distribution channels. All that stuff has to be transparent anyway. But for our pre-workout and our recovery, that's usually where the proprietary issue comes in anyway, to your point. And yeah, we keep those full transparent labeling because we want everybody to know what's in it. And if you don't think the product is for you, don't buy the product. But if you do, this is what's in it. We have the certificates to back it up, and we formulated it with the right mindset of who our target market is and who's going to appreciate it. And that's why we did want to be very transparent with what's inside, especially into the flavor system as well, being with no artificial sweeteners, no artificial flavors, no artificial coloring or dyes, and being flavored with stevia, which is a more expensive route. Once again, we faced with what's the easy way, or what we consider the right way is moving in that natural direction. And so that's why it's very important for us to keep that transparency there on the labels for the product.
Certainly. Let's talk a little bit about your weight loss support. I mean, first and foremost, which is great, there's no stimulants, no caffeine in it, all natural ingredients. So maybe you want to just give a quick overview of what's in the product. Yeah.
So the weight loss support was kind of a formulation we put together a long time ago, and it's always worked. Regardless of when we called it burner energy and when we first started, the product always worked, which is the reason why we've never changed it. We've had a lot of people have great success from it. It's vegan, which is I think a growing place where so if you're vegetarian, you can't have gelatin capsules. You know what I mean? And so it's a cost a little bit more for us to have a vegan capsule, which makes our product a little bit more of a premium, so to speak. But I want to be able to open that up because I think some of the key ingredients with our products are important to people that are really paying attention to what they put in their body. And it's gluten-free, non-GMO. So some of that stuff is good for the marketing buzz, but also something that's important to me as a consumer as well. So that's why we put that in there. So it's like thiamine in there, which is like B1, which really helps with brain function. So it can help stimulate energy and health. B12, the methylcobalamin, which is kind of the more premium version of B12. Most B12 comes in the cytocobalamin, and that the methylcobalamin is more of a brain-stimulating energy as for the body too. So that where the energy is just more natural, more sustainable. One of the other key ingredients is chromium picolinate, and there's two parts to that I want to share that's important. Is one, it does help regulate blood sugar, so it can help those spikes that can cause you to be hungry when maybe don't need to be hungry. So with our product, we recommend you take it with breakfast and lunch, and it helps kind of regulate that so you don't, you're not craving later. You also have some energy later in the day with help from the product. But Matt, our co-founder, is a type 1 diabetic. So in formulating a lot of these products, like I said, what's important to us as consumers, like we take this stuff. We really literally take this stuff. Here's a weight loss support sitting right here at my desk. I take it every single day. And the reason I'm sharing that is because like the chromium picolinate, him taking this, he's kind of, I always joke and tell him he's a bit of a nerd because he's really analytical, which is great as a partner, but he's really monitors his blood sugar levels really well. And he was saying that when he started taking the weight loss support, it helped him a bit more with spikes in insulin. And so I thought that was really cool. And then not to leave this product to go to the other two, but with those other two products, we don't have sugar in there. And some companies we found they say they don't have sugar in it and they actually do put sugar in the product, which is can be very dangerous for someone like Matt, our partner, who's type 1 diabetic. So the chromium, that's one other great ingredient. And L-carnitine, which helps the body utilize fat for energy, yerba mate, green tea, which both offer mood and energy enhancement through, and the point being that all these are all natural occurring ingredients in the product as well.
And Adam, do you take 2 with a meal, prior to meal? What's the exact dosage that you recommend for people that want to try this?
Yep, that's a great question. So I take 2 after I eat breakfast,
okay.
and then 2 after I eat lunch. And I usually do a shake. I don't really do a breakfast, so to speak, and then I'll take 2 after that. And then what it does is just kind of helps. To me, it just helps me not be hungry in between those times. And I'm not a bodybuilder anymore. I don't do meal prep. I do intermittent fasting. I only eat 2 to 3 times a day, and that's worked for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody else. It works for me, and it helps me to not be hungry and craving food. That's one of the biggest things I notice about it, and it just kind of just gives me that just a little bit of energy, a little bit of extra energy. Sometimes after you eat, you feel that like your body kind of sags down a little bit, and I don't notice that when I take this after I eat personally. You know what I mean? And so it's something, like I said, sitting here on my desk, which is where I usually eat. I'm always working, and the product works great for that.
Adam, I want to go off course here for just a minute. You mentioned intermittent fasting. So if I could quickly pick your brain, because I see more and more information about this. And I actually watched a video. I don't know if you know the actor football player Terry Crews.
No, not familiar.
He's been in all the Adam Sandler movies. He's a very large African-American gentleman, built like a brick house, bald, always a comedian. But he does this. And I guess my question is to you is, how long do you fast before you start eating? You 12 hours, 10 hours?
So I typically eat, so I'll give you like a quick rundown of my day. I usually get up at 6 a.m. and I go to the gym every morning. And then that's where I do my pre-workout. I do my recovery. I drink the recovery while I train. And then I usually get in about a liter of water after that leading up to. And then right around 11 o'clock, I'll do a shake. And sometimes, like I said, I'm not competing. That might be a lunch. Maybe I go grab sushi. But typically I do like a shake around 11. And then I'll eat something around, 2:30, 2:03, just depending on what my time allows. And I usually try to have dinner every night with my family right around 7. And then after that, I'm done. So basically from 11 to 8 is when I kind of eat. Now, does it vary? Okay. Sometimes is it 9? Is it a weekend night? Maybe I grab a handful of fruit snacks because I got kids and that stuff around my house. You know what I mean? But for the most part, that's kind of how I stick to it. The cool thing about it is I'm not hungry in those off periods that much because that's when my body's used to eating. And so what I found is when I was eating early, like eating breakfast, I want to eat all day. And I'm no longer I'm not in the bodybuilding mindset of eating, building. I'm kind of just trying to maintain. I go to the gym and I'll stretch for 15 minutes, work out for 30 minutes, and do cardio for 30 minutes. I'm not where I used to go in the gym and pound weights for 2 hours. It's just not, my priorities have shifted for me personally. So the intermittent fasting has worked to kind of look the same, right, every day. And if I want to tighten it up and, I just want to keep it on the grilled chicken salad side and lower carbs, my body changes a little bit more. If I'm a little, like tomorrow, Saturday morning, I promise the kids I'm going to go have chocolate chip pancakes with them. And so, my body might not love that as much as the salad and the chicken. But either way, yeah, the intermittent fasting works. It just takes a while to get through it and kind of get your mind over the hunger thing. And then eventually you just get there. One key thing, like I said, is I drink a lot of water, especially in the morning. And that helps kind of curb that appetite for me.
Well, I appreciate that because it's something that I've been looking at, and as I try to clean my own personal eating habits up. So I'm looking at all these different things. I'm looking at paleo. I'm looking at intermittent, a lot of different things. So I just need to kind of set to one and just see where it takes me, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the key thing in all of that is discipline, just realizing it's just food. You know what I mean? Sometimes you celebrate with some food, but most of the time, I think we just need to realize it's just food. And
like you said, I have kids as well, and no matter how much you try to eat, it's like, it's Saturday, can we go out for ice cream? And, it's like you don't want to disappoint them by not getting ice cream. I'll just use that as an excuse.
Yeah. I did ice cream Tuesday after tacos, and that was after 8 o'clock with the kids. But you know what? That's where like I said, I love the bodybuilding competition mindset. Like for me, it's about everyday life, and I don't want to look back and regret not having ice cream with my kids because, I don't care. I'll just go to the gym in the morning and sweat it out.
Yeah, exactly. Extra 15 minutes of cardio, whatever it is.
Sure.
So, but let's jump into your pre-workout. I know we've brought that up a few times, and again, got some good flavors on here. Again, all natural. Let's talk a few minutes about that.
Yeah, so that's probably one of my favorite products. It's funny to the point when we decided to switch to the natural flavoring with stevia, the natural sweetener and that stuff. Once you switch, there's almost like this cleaner feeling about it. And I thought it was just me, like maybe it's just in my head because I knew it didn't have sucralose and some of the other things in there. But I get that feedback from a lot of our clients. They're like, it's just a really cleaner drink. It's kind of, the taste is a little more subtle. You know what I mean? And from a performance standpoint, to me, when I work out, I don't need the pump up. The pump up. I do like that. I don't need the energy shaky, like running through the gym screaming, throwing stuff. I actually listen to books most of the time when I work out. But yep. I do like that pump. I'd love to. That to me is working out and getting a pump. And since I fast, I don't eat breakfast in the morning, right? So there's no food in my system essentially when I'm going to the gym in the morning. This product helps me get that pumped. And so when I'm done working out, I feel good. I still look at myself in the mirror and, got the little flex going and happy about my workout. You know what I mean? And it's helped me push through, and maybe where I'm going to the gym at 6 a.m. and don't have a ton of energy because I was on a conference call till 12:30 the night before. But I get in there, and once the blood gets flowing, I feel great. So the pre-workout, the methylcobalamin, B12 is in there. And because I believe that's the best B12, I know it's the most expensive B12. And so we keep that in there for that energy. It's more of a natural source of energy. The citrulline is fantastic for the pump piece. A lower dose of beta-alanine. I know that some people like the loaded beta-alanine, which can just cause like that scratchy, itchy, tingly. I don't like that, so I didn't want to have that in the product because I think someone who maybe never tried a pre-workout might make them uncomfortable or concerned.
Yeah.
So I think keeping that minimum so you don't really notice it. If you take the pre-workout and you don't work out and you just sit there, you might notice a little bit of that because it's in there. The augmentin helping with the pump, a little bit of caffeine. So that's a key thing to our caffeine is only 200 milligrams, which from an industry standpoint is low. Most pre-workouts I think are that 3, even up to 400 milligrams of caffeine, which is a little high for me personally. Yeah. And then the choline bitrate, which helps a little bit with the focus and kind of just keeping you in tone with the workout. And overall, I think it's a great tasting product, especially being stevia based. If you've ever tried stevia based products and then try our product, you'll see that it's pretty head and shoulders above any of them. I have 35 of them literally that I tested before we went into production with these because I did want to make sure that we were making the best tasting stevia pre-workout recovery products. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Just effective stuff, nothing crazy, no DMAA, no turbulence, nothing off the charts or in the gray zone. Just some good stuff that's going to help you through your workout.
And here's the one thing that I personally like about the product, which I appreciate you sending me some samples. The first off, your caffeine level is good because that's what I find comfortable. 200-ish. I keep myself very low sensitivity, so I'm not tweaking out. I'm a 1 or 2 cup coffee type of guy. And the other thing which attracted me, and this isn't, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butt here, is you didn't have any creatine in it. I have overactive kidneys, so I can't use creatine. And a lot of pre-workouts have creatine in it.
Yeah, they do. And I'll tell you, almost all of the ones we tried that are naturally flavored have creatine in it. And I personally don't think creatine is the most effective thing. Not to mention it's such a commodity that you can just go buy creatine. We also made this product. If you want to add more beta-alanine, add more creatine, you can do that to it. But we want to leave that option for people. So the fact that there's no creatine in there, if you want creatine, great. You can go buy a pound of creatine for $20. You know what I mean? And throw your scoop in the pre-workout, shake it up, and you're good to go. But I don't take creatine. I could tell you it's been over 10 years since I've ever recommended it. The last time I took creatine was literally in high school. And to your point, the kidney issue is if people aren't doing those things responsibly, they can hurt themselves. You know what I mean? And so even to, like I said, I have a men's health clinic, and when we're looking at blood work, I can look at someone's blood work, and I can tell if they're taking creatine or if they're taking too many supplements because they're too high protein, because there's certain blood levels that will show that. So it's smart that you're aware of that. And yeah, we didn't put creatine in there because we don't think it's a staple for pre-workout. Not everybody wants the effects of creatine, which is usually like more of a mass gain, water retention, from what I've seen or at least experienced. So we left that out, especially for women. Women usually don't want creatine. So, this product we want, we wouldn't want to steer women away from our products. Our products, that's one thing I will say, is our products are unisex. Nothing is geared, as far as the SKUs we have now, towards any male or female, but it's anybody can take it. So I'm glad you noticed that and pointed that out.
So let's quickly run through your recovery as well, because I know that's kind of an intra and also maybe a post, or I guess it could be interchanged.
Yep. Yeah, I got in the habit a long time ago of keep doing it as an intra, but some people use it as a post as well. Usually I like to sip on it instead of water now. That's what I've been doing, and I don't know, it works for me. But yeah, you can use it either way. Some people will just mix it up with water after they work out. For me, by the time I'm done working out, though, I just don't want anything. Like, I can only drink water, and personally. So I drink it. That's why I sip on it while I train, and it's worked out well for me. Because as soon as I train, I usually drink water for like the next couple hours before I eat that first meal. And so we had electrolytes in there because, it's our product. A lot of the products, when you think of recovery and post-workout or even intra, they're still more geared towards the bodybuilding group, because that's usually the guys that kind of come up with the knowledge and ingredients on to put into some of these formulations for the products. And so we want to make sure that we had the electrolytes in there for anyone who's running endurance. And the fact is, being more hydrated is just healthier, right? It's going to help you lose weight. You're going to get rid of fat easier. You're going to feel better. Your body, your joints, everything is better with better hydration. And if you train a lot and train heavy and you're not getting the right electrolytes, or you're on a specific diet where you're lowering your sodium and things like that, it can cause some uncomfortable side effects to your body. So we thought it's valuable for this, whether you play football, run track, do CrossFit, weight train, basketball, whatever it might be. This product's for anyone that's training in some facet. You know what I mean? So the electrolytes is in there. The branched chain amino acid, that's at a 5:1:1 ratio. There's 4 grams in the 1 scoop serving, with the leucine, isoleucine, and valine. And those have just been proven to help create that anabolic environment, which is what you need to help the muscles rebuild, kind of open up the windows for the protein to come in and get to the places it needs to help the muscles rebuild and repair. And then L-glutamine, which is kind of a staple, I think, as well for muscle repair, muscle growth, recovery, helping prevent some of the soreness, or at least long-term, couple to 3 day soreness. I'm sure you probably had those workouts where you're sore for a few days. Sure. But I think that taking, something like glutamine really helps shorten that period. And then HITO, which is kind of a newer amino acid. It's kind of they call it like the brother of leucine, in a sense that it's highly anabolic, and it helps recovery in the same sense like leucine. And actually even better. And I'm probably not the best person from a scientific standpoint to break that down. for you, but it's very effective, and it's more of a newer ingredient to put into there, but it's based from a leucine, so it's still an amino acid.
Gotcha. So what's in the pipeline for you guys in I guess for the future?
Yeah, it's a great question. We're working on, I think we're about done. The flavor is incredible. We have a powdered fat burner coming, and it will be, it's very simple. It's got 2 ingredients. And that fat burner is going to, we're between pink lemonade and skinny mojito is the 2 flavors that we're looking at. And it's a fat burner that you can take in between meals. It'll be a powder. It's going to come in stick pack or the tub, just like our pre-workout recovery do. And you can take it before bed, 0 stimulants. And what it does is that, and maybe next time around we'll talk a little bit deeper in the ingredients, but what it does is it actually helps your body burn fat. You can do it while you sleep. It's kind of like a ketosis scenario.
Okay.
It's really interesting. We also have a lot of clinical trials and stuff like that with it. So that's cool. As soon as that thing's ready to go, we're excited to bring that out. I think it's going to be one of our game changer products. Very excited about the flavor. Still sticking to the same all natural sweetener flavoring, no artificial dyes or anything like that, and something that doesn't have stimulants in it. So you can take it and literally go to sleep. There's nothing in there that's going to keep you awake, and it is proven to help lose weight. So we're really excited about that. We're also looking at
what did you say your timeline was for that, perhaps?
I would say our goal would be by June. We just want to get, one of the key things, like I said in the beginning, you learn a lot through doing this stuff. So we want to make sure the marketing's locked in, everything is perfect before we bring the product out. Like I said, there's a lot of clinical trials behind it, backing it up and things like that, which is exciting for us, and it helps from a marketing standpoint, and obviously for the consumer to have that confidence in the product, to buy it. Instead of the term snake oil, we're not selling snake oil, and that's important to me, to have that transparency with the consumer, that here's what you're getting, here's the trials, the clinical trials behind it, not just industry things that people say. And making sure, like I said, the marketing is real good. So my goal would be to have it out by June. So we'll see. I'll tell you one thing, you probably know it, nothing ever, even for us doing the show, nothing ever works out in the timeline that you originally anticipate. But we've been working on this now for about 6 months, and it's coming along real well. And then the other products we're working on, I think we got that pretty locked in. It's just a matter of when we want to bring out. We actually do want to bring out something for just men, and it's called SizeSlim. And it'll be more of like a natural-based, all-encompassing. I have this bottle's actually sitting right here for just male, boost testosterone, mood, libido, things like that. Nothing like a sex pill or a sexual performance pill. Nothing like that. Nothing anywhere near pro-hormone. Nothing like that. Because there's natural stuff out there, and the people that are pretty educated on it understand that there's a lot of natural things out there that men can take to just feel better, and coming from someone like myself that's got a background working with people with hormone deficiencies, I've spent years doing research along with the doctors that we work with, and I think that the formula that we've come together for something that's very mild, no side effects, more natural based to help men will be coming out, and the name will be SizeSlim. And the name for the fat burner isn't even finalized either. Go ahead.
What's your ETA on the SizeSlim?
That could be right around the same time. We may stagger it. Like I said, it's a matter of just when we're real confident with the marketing's in place and the game plans out there. We'll go to some of our bigger customers and try it. Like our bodybuilding.com and some of our bigger international to try it and get behind it too, so that we can launch larger. For supplement companies, it's depending on the volume of your run, you can make the product a little bit. If you're doing 1,000 units or 5,000 units or 10,000 units or 20,000 units, the price you pay per unit goes down when you do that stuff. So there's a business process behind just pulling out something that, even though we know it works great, we've been trying it. We've got clinical trials behind some of these things, we still want to take the right time to do the marketing and all that so it's successful. That's kind of the business side of it.
So are you folks trying to target more brick and mortar, more online, or trying to find that easy divide?
It's a great question. I think that we're trying to find our demographic, and we want to offer a few things. So when you think of like the retail stores, some retail stores we talk to, and they say, hey, you know, we want the guys that want the hardcore stuff or the pre-workouts or the DMAA or something like that. They're probably not our store. So, you know, we'll ask them, you know, if you don't have a pre-workout or recovery, for example, that's naturally flavored or sweetened, or do you have a weight loss product that isn't loaded with stimulants? And if they don't, we say, hey, look, if you want an option, you know, if this guy walks through the door and he's maybe mid-40s, doesn't look like he's, you know, benching 315, maybe ask him what he's looking for. And if he's looking for something that's a little more, because I know, you know, based on my network of people, a lot of people that I've introduced our products to never tried the products because they're scared. And so if they try our products and like, that's kind of what I was looking for. I didn't even know it existed. So we kind of explain that to different, you know, whether it's retailers or international, whoever it is, that this is what our product is. We're not the hardcore brand. We're not the loaded in stimulants, and we're not the gray area ingredients. But we do have effective dose products where we err more on the natural side, especially the flavor systems, and, you know, the weight loss product, and like I talked about, the products coming. And if people want that, I think that market is growing massively, to let them know that that's there. I mean, there's plenty of stores we talk to that say, no, I don't have any pre-workouts that aren't naturally flavored or sweetened. And I think to myself, like, I wouldn't buy anything in their store. And so we want to open up an opportunity for those different retailers, those different distribution channels, things like that, to take in our product, knowing that the product's quality, it's manufactured in a, you know, state-of-the-art facility. And soon I'll be back out at our manufacturer doing a full video tour. It'll be real cool. That'll be on the website to check it out. It's literally up to pharmaceutical standards. They just don't do pharmaceutical stuff. It's amazing. I was just out there last month, and I was like taken away on some of the things that they do out there, which is good because it gives me that confidence that my customer base is getting delivered really high quality products. So that's, you know, we're who we are, SizeSlim. We make safe, effective products. We're naturally sweetened as far as our powders go, and like I said, we err more on the natural side. And if that's something that is important to the consumer or the store or the distribution channel, I think we're a great brand for it. If that's not important to them, we're probably not a good brand for you. And that's important with everything we do, whether it's who we're hiring, who we are at our core, the companies we work with, whether it's a marketing company, a distribution company. Like my partner and I have lined up some core values for the company, and if the people don't meet it, we don't necessarily want to do business with them. We want to build great partnerships with good people, transparent people, and you know, offer success all the way to the end customer and to us as well.
No, and I'm sure my listeners will appreciate that. So in winding down, is there anything else you'd like the listeners to know about, either conventions, shows, anything you'd want to additionally plug?
We'll be at some shows. If you want to check out our website, you can go to SizeSlim.com, sign up to receive our mailer. We do articles a few times a week, and we'll keep you in the loop on any specials or anything like that. You can go to www.SizeSlim.com. We, off the top of my head, I know I will personally be out in Vegas for Jay Cutler's Desert Shredder. It's a big, cool show. Friends of Jay and friends of some of the promoters that are putting it on. So we'll be out there handing out samples and hanging out with some of the folks out there. And we have there's a handful, actually a list of shows that we'll be attending. But I'd have to get the dates and everything for you in order to do that. But if you go to SizeSlim.com, sign up to receive our newsletter, you'll receive that information, articles. We try to be very informative from a health standpoint, things like that, and pretty cool recipes, stuff like that. So we don't have a lot of people opt out, so I don't think we it'd be a great place, I think, for people to go and find out more information and stay in the loop with the growth of SizeSlim and what we can offer.
And Adam, please plug any social media you have as well.
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook at MySizeSlim, and then our Instagram is MySizeSlim, and I know we have Pinterest, Twitter, MySizeSlim, and I think that's probably all the ones that matter that we're on right now. And we invite you guys to do it. We're doing something that's pretty cool. We have a March Madness bracket coming out, which would be pretty exciting with a lot of our customer base to win. We're doing a year's worth of supplements for first place, and second place gets, it's a few months or something like that worth of supplements. Pretty cool thing that we're launching here Sunday.
And will that be directly on the website?
Yep. So lots of stuff. Go to the website, check it out, sign up to get on our mailer, and we'll keep you in the loop on everything. I think our goal is to always provide value to our followers and our customers over that buy mentality. You're going to buy a product when you're ready. In the meantime, I'd like to keep you educated on ingredients, products, recipes, things like that, and we get a lot of really positive feedback from that.
Perfect. Well, Adam, much thanks to you for coming on today and educating us on the ways of SizeSlim. We would love to hear from you, the listeners, whether you're a listener or a company looking to join us for a conversation. Feel free to email me at SuppTalk, 1@gmail.com. Be well, train hard, train smart, and we look forward to hearing from you again. Thanks so much.